Hi, and welcome to the Southwestern PA Business Podcast through the Southwest Regional Chamber of Commerce, and special thanks to Upper St. Clair Public Access TV. Today we have a great episode with Matt Stapleford of Go Minis, and we're going to talk a little bit about moving around this summer, and we look forward to having you guys watch. All right. Hi, Matt. How are you?
Hi, Mandy. Doing well, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Good. Well, so Matt here, he is on the Southwest Regional Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, has been for...
This is year 2.
Yeah, when did I sucker him into it?
I think it was about a year ago.
Yeah, about a year ago. I saw he was a great fit, really dedicated to what we're doing and growing, the businesses out in the community here, as well as his own. I mean, that's always a good thing if you're on the chamber board and to grow your own business. So we're going to talk a little bit about portable storage and all the different uses, because I know that people out there aren't thinking of everything that they can do with it. So Matt, why don't you tell me a little bit about you and what you do?
Yeah, so we're a portable storage company, like you mentioned. We have steel portable storage containers that can be used for a wide range of things, anything from local moves. We're actually getting a long distance moving program off the ground as well. So anybody moving out of state or moving into the Pittsburgh area, we might be able to help as well. But then our containers provide great on-site storage for things from small home renovations, getting your flooring redone. It makes it really easy. We can bring a container to your driveway. You can empty out the entire first floor of your house, get all the furniture out of the way while they come in and redo your floors. Any spring cleaning, if you just have some things that you need to organize and you don't have the room to shuffle things around. We work closely with restoration companies. So if people have a pipe burst, not as common, coming into the warmer months.
The flood season.
Fires, again, just a great space to get things organized, figure out what you can keep, what needs to be thrown away, and just give you a little more room to work. Additional uses, excess inventory storage for big box retail stores, storage for sports equipment, for high school and college athletic programs. Really a wide range of things we can help with. We have a 20-foot container that a lot of our competitors don't, and that's a great option on the commercial side. Just, again, a bigger option, gives you a lot more room than our 12 and 16-foot containers. And there are probably uses that we haven't thought of, so I'm all ears. If anybody ever has an idea, I'm willing to take a look at it and see what we can do to help.
Well, and even like pool storage or winter storage, or there's all those different storage seasons where you're like, where am I going to put this?
If you don't have a place to put your outdoor deck furniture, or like you said, your pool equipment, your pool toys, things like that, we can certainly help with that. We can store the containers over winter, and just they don't always have to sit on your property. We can get them out of the way for you and then bring them back when you need it. Yeah,
and I think the businesses, everybody has so much stuff.
Yeah,
especially retailers, especially anybody selling anything. Like, there's so many more pop-up shops too. Like, where are you putting all your inventory in your house, in your closet, and then you're walking on your inventory to get to your clothes? And
yeah, and especially if you have to kind of order inventory and just get it when you can, but you don't have the space for it. If you have a big influx of inventory, we can bring a container out and give you a place to put it. Another neat idea we've seen that we haven't done yet, but would like to get into. So if anybody has any ideas, is to use some of our containers for a pop-up store or a pop-up kind of fair. So we could bring containers out, and those would be kind of vendor booths for different vendors that want to sell out of them. If we can find, a parking lot or a field.
You do like a 2-day, yeah.
Yeah, just a little pop-up would be great branding for us, obviously. But then the containers could just be closed up at night, so that everything would be nice and secure for the vendors to come back in the morning.
I feel like you could do like a game show where you're, behind this door of the Go Minis container. That could be fun.
I've heard of radio stations doing giveaways where whoever can stay in a car the longest wins the car. We could do something like that with a Mini. See how long you can live out of a Mini.
Are there air holes in there?
They are ventilated.
Have you double checked?
We could keep the doors open to at least get some airflow. But yeah, we could do some fun things like that. We also like to donate containers to donation drives. So, people do stuff a truck. We can do stuff a Mini. We've done that before. Happy to donate our containers to give back to local organizations that, again, if there's a donation drive going on and somebody just doesn't have the room to keep everything, our containers are a great secure option to house the contents of that donation drive, and then we can even deliver to the organization receiving the donations.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, we like to give back. We're locally owned and operated, a small business here in the area, run primarily by myself and my wife in the background, and we have 2 young girls. So
the angel baby girls.
These
little girls have golden ringlet curls and blue eyes. Like, they just look like little cherubs.
I realized the picture on our website is outdated. I need to update that. That was from before we launched, coming up on 3 years ago. So my first daughter was not even 1 yet, and now I have 2. So I need to let the world know that the family
second
family has
baby
grown.
syndrome. I'm a second baby, so I totally can relate to all that.
Yeah. Feel a little bad about that, but
Yeah.
we'll get it updated.
It's like the baby book.
Yeah.
Get to it one day.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
Well, now Facebook's that, right?
Yeah. You guys can all follow our Facebook page. We do try to do some fun family marketing things. Get my daughters involved in some of our social media videos and pictures and things like that.
Good, doing some entrepreneurial work for the daughters.
Yeah, we'll have to get them on payroll.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
Be like, well, you're not going to get what's it called? When you do a chore, I can't think of the word.
Oh, allowance.
Allowance. You're not going to get an allowance. You're going to be on our payroll. So,
I like it.
Go lift that mini really quick.
Yeah, and we are, our family has grown. We're working on growing out our team. So for the last couple of years, I've been behind the wheel of the truck, delivering the containers, really putting a stamp on the business, making sure our first customers are really happy, giving us 5-star reviews. So we've worked to build that credibility here in the Pittsburgh area to get the name out, on the same level as some of our big competitors. But we're starting to build out our team so that hopefully, you'll still see me on jobs, coming out to be an extra set of hands. I can hop back behind the wheel of the truck when somebody needs some time off or gets sick. We try to encourage work-life balance as much as possible, but hopefully that way too I can get out from behind the wheel and start to grow the business. Work on some of those bigger relationships that are helping us grow.
Great, and you've gotten creative about hiring.
Yeah, we were lucky to connect with another local business in the area in a kind of adjacent vertical, I guess, in related to the dumpster industry. So we're gonna share a little labor there as far as sales and driver. They're making some similar stops as to what we are as far as restoration companies, home builders, contractors. So it was just kind of a natural fit. That's definitely helped. This is my first foray into hiring and onboarding. So having that other businesses help has been key to kind of navigate those hurdles. And we are hiring for kind of a unique industry. You need a driving background, which a lot of people have, but something a little different. We're not a tow company, we're not a dumpster company. We kind of fall in between. So somebody with
it's completely it's all different clients.
Yeah, all sorts of different people. So looking for somebody who's personable, professional, responsible is a challenge. So we were lucky enough to make that connection, and so far so good.
Well, that's good. I know out there's so many people trying to hire. The Chamber's been trying to hire for such a long time, and it's finding the right fit and being creative. I think that's a new one, is being creative, seeing what partners you can find out there. So that's a great way to move into the employment. And I know it can be absolutely daunting to hire your first employee because at the same time you want to keep your revenue, but at the other time you're losing time working on your business, time doing marketing, time doing sales, time doing all the other things that need to be done, and plus being probably really, really exhausted.
Yeah, it's one of those things where we can never pass up an opportunity to move a container around, but sometimes the growth and the sales things kind of fall by the wayside when I'm behind the wheel. So it's one of those leaps that we felt we just kind of needed to start to make. And worst case, I can get back behind the wheel if it doesn't work out. If we see some turnover in between drivers or something like that. So that was part of the motivation for starting with the structure we did, was so that I could really do every piece of the business. But time to time to start to grow and build the team. So that it's not just a one-man show anymore.
No one-man show?
No, I need to be a little more available for my board member duties.
Yes.
So hopefully,
You
see
heard
me,
that right here. Everybody's a witness.
hold me to it. That's dangerous. But no, see me at more events
Well,
and
you
things like
are
that.
a co-chair with Mark Mansfield of Upper St. Clair Township on our golf committee for this year. So June 28th, mark the date. He's co-chairing, so he's basically responsible for everything, and I'm not responsible for anything, right? Because I don't golf, so what do I know?
I think it's really just a title. I think last year and the prior years that I've been around and involved, you still do a lot of the work and do a great job. But it is a fun event. A nice way to do some networking, but get out and enjoy what is hopefully nice weather.
We
What
always
will
say
definitely
it is
be
gorgeous sunny weather.
the best day of the year.
The best weather that day, June 28th. I see it sunny, clear, and 80 degrees.
I love it.
Right?
Yeah, and it's a little more laid back, so
Yes.
not as formal as some of the other events. Great event.
We have a good time.
Yeah.
And we got Rowdy Barbecue back, so
Yes, that'll be great.
That's definitely good.
Yeah.
So.
Looking forward to it.
And we're doing a veterans discount then too, so $10 off to any vet who's playing. We thought that would be a nice touch for our Stars and Stripes. We added that a couple years ago because it's around the 4th of July.
Yeah, a week before or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you get into, what made you say, I'm going to do portable storage?
That's a great question. So I have a math degree, was working in consulting and was just kind of looking for a different opportunity. Started looking into the portable storage industry and found Go Minis. Just reached out to them, to be honest. They reached out to a few different companies. We are a franchise, so they were actually the first one that got back to me. So, speed of response was huge, which is something we try to do too in our business, and provide great customer service, get back to people as quickly as we can. And that's another thing I do is I carry a phone on me all the time that people ring directly to me.
That's nice, personal service.
Yep. So started talking with Go Minis, really liked the people and the product, and again that differentiator of the 20-foot container. So there are a couple competitors here in the Pittsburgh market, but Go Minis was not here in Pittsburgh. We're actually still the only franchisee in Pennsylvania. So we have a lot of room to grow. We're not, limited by other franchisees bordering us where we might have to pass a customer between, other
Between
franchisees.
borders.
Yeah. But, having some competitors here in the market had already educated Pittsburgh on portable storage. There are some markets out there where some of our other franchisees actually have to, let people know what portable storage is, some of the uses you can, use the containers for, and then explain our brand. Whereas our competitors had already, kind of done the market education for us on portable storage.
Sure.
Now we just need to, get them to think of us first, call us first. And we have a number of different ways that we try to retain clients, and we're constantly adjusting our pricing, things like that. But really, the big thing that drew us to Go Minis was the upside potential that we have here in Pennsylvania to service a broad range of clients.
In a broad area.
In a broad area, yes. Yeah, last summer I was up to, now this doesn't happen regularly, but I've been up as far north as Conneaut Lake. That was kind of an interesting one-off scenario. Been down to Greene County, out east, as far as Ligonier and further beyond that. So all over the place. And again, that's one of the benefits, even if it's not technically in our territory, kind of at our discretion, we can service it. So we do service the entire greater Pittsburgh area, have the ability to do that.
Great. And so where do you see your company in 5 years? I had to ask you a hard question.
That is a hard question. So we've thought a lot about, we're coming up on the end of year 3. So in another 5 years, I would see us definitely having expanded throughout Western Pennsylvania. I grew up in Warren, PA, so I'm familiar with, that area, the Erie area. So I think, our natural progression will be to kind of expand up 79 and, start to service, the entire western portion of Pennsylvania. And then I think, within the 10-year mark, our goal is to be out toward the Harrisburg area. I don't know that we'll ever want to expand as far east as Philadelphia.
Maybe a little bit far of a trip.
It's far. We would set up, satellite locations, but just not an area I'm familiar with that far east. But yeah, I think our goal is to eventually service at least the western half of PA.
Good. And so how many portable storage units do you have at your house currently, just for you?
Well, my wife said she thinks we need one just the other day. So we've used them. I've used them personally, again, for the flooring. We got some flooring redone, brought one to our driveway, and we were just able to clear out the furniture on our first floor. I do store a few things here and there in a couple of the empty ones on our lot. Not currently using any personally, but in our fleet we have 111. So that's a wide range of 12-foot containers, 16-foot containers, and 20-foot containers. We have the most 20-foot containers because as long as somebody has room for it, it's always better to have a little more room than run out of space or need a second container. So we can always get you a 20-foot container for a little less if we don't have the 12s and 16s. But we have a good number of containers to service the Pittsburgh area right now, and I think we'll be looking to purchase some more here in the not too distant future.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And the good thing about portable storage, and for those of you who've never tried it, I have done it. I didn't have Go Minis. I don't think I knew you yet.
Probably
I'm
not.
so sorry.
That's okay.
And but the good thing is you get to move when you want to. You could take your time if you are moving, pack it at your leisure, and then when you're ready to go, you can say, okay, I'm ready to go. Whereas, with a mover, if you're scheduling with them, and some people love that too, don't get me wrong, they're coming the next day. You have to be just ready. I'm not that person. I'm not just ready. I need time to
yeah.
It's always more than you expect it to be.
Right. Yeah, and we work on the customer's timeline. So typically our rentals are monthly. Again, based around your schedule. So if you're getting ready to move and you want 3 months to fill your container, you can have 3 months to fill your container. If you want us to bring it a couple days before you're moving, that's fine too. It's really all about the customer. But I always say we fall kind of in between a rental truck and a full service mover. So we're more affordable than a full service mover. There is some do-it-yourself aspect to it. Sure. Whether you get friends and family to help you fill it, or there are labor-only moving services out there that you can hire. And a lot of times between our container and adding on those additional labor-only services, you can still come out ahead on price compared to a full service mover. And then we're more convenient than a rental truck. We do the driving for you. You have a month or 2 or 3 or 12, however long you want, as opposed to a rental truck. You might be picking it up.
4 hours.
4 hours.
We all try to do it in 4 hours.
Yeah, or get it in first thing the next morning. And a lot of times our cost doesn't end up being that much more than a rental truck for 28 more days. So we fall kind of in between those two options in terms of moving.
Oh, that's good. I like that you could take your time.
Yeah.
Move when you want.
Yeah, we run our rentals month to month. So some people, whether you're doing a home project or you're doing a move, life happens. We understand that.
You do home staging with
Home
real
staging.
estate companies. Mm-hmm. So if you're a collector of all the things, you can kind of clear out before you're trying to sell your home, which is really nice.
Yeah.
And there's many opportunities. And hopefully the chamber can work with you guys to do some kind of pop-up somewhere.
Yeah, we'll have to figure something out.
I'm just gonna have them I'm gonna have you drop one off wherever I want one day.
That works.
Chamber pop-up, here I am.
Let me know.
You're like, why is Mandy Pryor from the chamber in the middle of our parking lot? Hi, we're just popping up. So that could be fun.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
Yeah, let me know.
I'll have to think of something good for it.
Put our thinking caps on.
Yeah, definitely. So anything else you'd like to share that I haven't touched on, that I haven't thought of?
I guess just a little more of the nuts and bolts of our containers, I guess. Ours are on wheels. It's a nice padded wheel that helps protect your driveway or a parking lot, wherever that container is going to sit. So we take a lot of care not to do any damage when we're in and out delivering that container. It also lets us get into some narrower spots than some of our competitors can get into. We really only need about 9 feet wide. So, we've run across a lot of narrow driveways around Pittsburgh. So we can get in those tighter spots. We just need to be able to back our truck up so that we can roll it off similar to a dumpster. So we can service some of those tougher deliveries. We've had, people call us that say they had a delivery scheduled, the truck was there, and, the competitor couldn't get it in. So we'll come out, we'll get you a container. So we just, we do our best to service every customer that comes our way.
What about the inside, the temperature, moisture? You're putting all this stuff that you love inside. Is it temperature controlled?
Good question.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, they're not. It is just a metal container, but it's similar to if you were to take your belongings to a traditional storage facility that's not climate controlled. Our containers do have vents on them to help, air circulation inside when they're closed up, help prevent mold, mildew buildup, things like that. But it is, still subject to changing temperatures here in lovely Western Pennsylvania.
What?
But they are sealed,
changes.
so the rain, don't have to worry about the rain. They're sealed, so no water getting inside or anything like that.
Oh, that's good. That's important.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, thank you so much for sharing everything and for all you do for the Chamber of Commerce. I got you in there a year ago. You didn't think you knew what you were getting yourself into.
No,
but he's done a great job. You're part of a few committees, and you really, put forth a lot of effort. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, no, it's been great for us. Little plug for the chamber. I think we joined right when we started our business back in 2021. We've made a lot of great connections. Mandy, you do a great job with all the events and all the connections that you've helped us make, all the networking and things like that. So happy to be involved and try to give back where we can.
Did we do the virtual ribbon cutting with
We
you?
did. Yeah, that was
during COVID, right?
So it was May of 2021. So I think the world was still trying to figure out what life looked like. So yeah, we didn't have a physical ribbon cutting, but that's okay.
It's terrible. It's just terrible. But at least we did something fun virtually. I remember, we had to try something, right?
Yeah.
Let people know you opened.
That's right. And we're still here. So.
And they're still here. So please look into Go Minis with Matt if you are looking to move, staging your home, or you have renovation projects.
Or if you have any other ideas, something you need a container for, want a container for, let me know. Happy to do what we can to help out.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Matt. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Mandy.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Southwestern PA Business Podcast. And we had Matt Stapleford of Go Minis of Southwestern PA. I look forward to seeing you for a next episode coming up soon. Have a great weekend.